Say, everybody,
Yeah.
it's time for a square dance. A very square dance. All right, here we go. Chicken in the bread pan, duck for the clam, crab for the oyster, there we am. Everybody swing that thing there. Wait a minute, hold on there.
What's the matter? What we stopping for?
Well, to tell you the truth, I don't even know what we're singing about. Chicken in the bread pan, duck for the clam. Boy, I don't even know what those words mean. As a matter of fact, I think it's high time there were some new square dance words, and I brought some along, and here we go. Rub your belly with linseed oil, wrap your head in aluminum foil. Scratch your back where it may itch, tune right into Fay and Skitch. Play gin rummy with 14 decks, Punch-In' Judy, Jinx, and Tex. Peas and carrots, pudding and pie, I'll give you a punch in the eye. Blow your brains out, flip your lid, oh, you crazy mixed-up kid. Now swing your Clyde and wash your face in a genuine styrene carrying case. Turkey in a hayloft, monkey in a tree, Princeton 12 and Navy 3. Possum up a hound dog, chicken up a coon, let's have lunch some afternoon. Everybody jump and rock and roll, I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. Now Davy Crockett dreamed and planned, and he plays trombone with Basie's band. I said Davy Crockett from Tennessee, he's the greatest thing since Pinky Lee. At 45 it may sound great, but spin this record at 78. Swimming in the water, flying in the air, I think this dance is pretty square. Real square.
How you do? What do you have, 6 people? Yeah, you want to have a family dinner. Very good. A family dinner, you have a choice of soup. Then you get a spare lip or egg roll. Then have 3 main dishes, 2 from column A, 1 from column B, and tea, and rice, and dessert. You want it? All right, sit down. Come inside first. Now, what do you want to start off with the soup? We have the wonton soup with chicken egg drop and tomato soup with rice. What kind of soup you want? You want a wonton? That's a 1 wonton, 1 egg drop, 1 more egg drop, 2 egg drop, 1 wonton. What's that? No, we don't have a split pea soup. We have a wonton and chicken egg drop. No, we don't have a split pea. No, we didn't have it yesterday, and we don't have it tomorrow. We never have it. No, look, your brother is Araya. We don't have it. Even we have it, we don't have it. A stupid idiot. Now, what do you want now? Start over again. 1 wonton, 1 egg drop, 1 more egg drop. That's 2 egg drop and 1 wonton, right? Will you shut up? You're on another table. Why do you mix me up? Keep asking me questions, keep yelling out. Just sit still and shut up. Now they mix me up, I forget which is my table. So hard to remember anyway. So funny, all American look alike. No, it's 1 wonton and 2 egg drop. And 1 more egg drop. That's a 3 egg drop and 1 wonton. And 1 more wonton. And 1 tomato soup and 1 tomato soup. Now let's see what you got. You got 2 tomato soup and 2 wonton and 3 egg drop. Hey, you stupid idiot. You got 7 soup. Who ordered 2 soup? Start over again. What kind of soup you want? Wonton. Why you say wonton, then you say egg drop? Never mind order for her. Her order for her. Just order for you. 1 wonton. Now 1 egg drop. 1 more egg drop. Okay, split pea, what do you want? You want a wonton. That's a 2 wonton, 2 egg drop, 1 tomato. Only 5 soup. First 7 soup, now 5 soup. 6 is your point. Look, start over again and make it very simple. Even a stupid idiot like you understand. When I name a soup, you raise your hand, all right? Why you raise your hand? I didn't name a soup yet. Well, you don't have to ask me. Go ahead. Before you go, what kind of soup you want? Tomato. There's 1 tomato, 2 tomato, 3 tomato soup, 2 wonton, 1 egg drop. Hooray, soup finish. And now you get a choice of spare lip or egg roll. You want a spare lip? You want an egg roll? Look, no spare lip and egg roll, spare lip or egg roll. No, both cost 75 cents extra. I don't care who sent you. What do you mean split them up? I can split you up. Oh, for the good old days of the hatchet, man. Now take a 3 main dish, 2 from column A, 1 from column B. Column, C-O-L-U-M-N. I spell it, I just can't say it. Now you want to have the egg foo young, shrimp lobster sauce, lobster cantonese. Wise guy, that's a 2 from B, 1 from A. You take a 2 for A, 1 from B. 1 fried rice, and 1 succulent chow mein, and shrimp lobster sauce. That's good. Now take a dessert. 3 almond cookie, 2 fortune cookie. Yeah, lady, tea and rice come free, I told. Oh, nice brand. Hello, Brandy. Oh, you all right. Meet me ready to get a ride in a rickshaw. Now, let's see what kind of dessert. 3 almond cookie, 2 fortune cookie. Stuffed kumquat? What part of the United States you come from? I never see such a stupid group. Oh, just a minute now. I give an order in the kitchen. Hey, Shaw. It's magic. No come a hot needy, almost hate on them or holding me to someone who know the sick, stupid area. No come a see the hot nody, no more soda, and they keep ask for split pea soup one area. He come a see know the how, it see na when come outside here, you see that brown woman built like the brick wall of China. He come a see know the home. Oh, so sorry, people. The kitchen is closed. You took too long to order. How about a salami sandwich?
Gee, but I give the world to see that old gang of mine.
That's a beautiful song, Old Gang of Mine. Reminds me of the days when all the fellas used to hang around corners. Any of you guys ever hang around a corner? I can still see and hear my mother saying to me, "You going to the corner again? With those bums?" And I would say, "Ma, Beansy's no bum. Beans is going to be a doctor." But my mother knew better. Beans became a bum doctor. And then when I went overseas, I always wondered, what happened to those fellas left in the corner? Beans, Knuckles, Limpy, Four Eyes, Bushelhead, nice-looking boys. When I came home, I found out what happened to those fellas left in the corner. They stayed there. War or no war, they never moved. And I said to Bushelhead one time, I said, "Hey, Bushelhead, how come you wasn't in uniform?" He said, "I couldn't join the American Army, Philly." I said, "Why not?" He said, "Because if the American Army, if they lost, they would have said, I dumped it." And then when we went to a dance, any of you guys remember those days? Before you went to the dance, you stand on the corner, there would be Duke standing there with the hat on his head, the collar up, one hand in the pocket, thumb out so he shouldn't slip, knees going up and down. And no matter what you ask him, he would always answer you with, What killed me was that I understood him. And when we went to the dance, nobody rushed in. We used to stand outside for half an hour. You can't rush in, you got an investment. Finally, after half an hour, one guy will turn around and say, "I ain't going in." You say, "Why not?" He say, "I didn't see a good thing walk in yet." So you got to do something. So everybody chips in, you send one guy in. If he doesn't come out in 15 minutes, we all go in. Now, right in front of the bandstand, you always find a guy like Duke or maybe myself, and after watching the crowd pretty good, one of us would say, "What a bunch of pigs. What a kennel club." You know what the girls used to say? "Look at the apes. What a combination. No people." Now comes time to dance. Different fellas the way they dance. One fellow dances, and no matter what the band plays, he sings Stardust. After a while comes time to take the girls home. And that's why we fellas used to go to dances, to take girls home. And there used to be different girls in the way they would say goodnight. Used to be one girl, she'd say goodnight to a fella in the street. In the street, she'd say goodnight to a fella. I'll kill her. Here the guy's been scheming all night, and she would say, "Good night." And the guy says, "Wow, what, you kidding? Where you gone? It's early, it's only 4 o'clock. talk to me for about an hour. We gotta talk about our future, yours and mine. I may not see you tomorrow. And besides, what am I gonna tell the fellas in the corner?
Gee, but I give the world to see that old gang of mine.
Seems like yesterday I got married. I wish it was tomorrow. I'd call the whole thing off. Married 4 weeks and already the patter of little feet around the house. My mother-in-law's a midget. Of course, my wife has a very peculiar sense of humor. She'll wake me in the middle of the night and say, "Sleeping?" Another day she says to me, "Why don't you ever take me out for dinner? Ashamed of me already?" I says, "Okay, get dressed." Starts dressing at 6 o'clock. 10 o'clock, I'm a little worried. Haven't heard from her. I come into her room. She's walking around with one galosh and saying, "Nothing to wear." All the closets are full of her clothes. My stuff is wrapped up in a neat ball in the bread box. Finally, she puts on a sequin sweatshirt with the open-toed football shoes, Spanish cone of Bushka, and we're off. We get outside. I say to her, "Where do you want to eat?" She says to me, "Why do you always ask me? Why don't you surprise me once? You know I like surprises. I'll leave it to you." So, drunk with power, I took her to a place called the Chew and Choke. The food was awful. So now we eat home. My Lois is some cook. Thinks up on recipes, won't trust a cookbook. Makes things like sweet and sour salt. She's the only girl in the world that can burn a stove. We don't have pot roast, we have roast pot. Let me ask you one question. How can you louse up cornflakes? Eating her cooking is like playing Russian roulette. I never know which meal is going to kill me. But I've decided behind every good man you're going to find a woman nagging him on. 'Cause didn't Ida laugh it up for Eddie Cantor? Didn't Mary keep Jack Benny way ahead? I too have a wife who's right behind me. Every night when I come home, she's drop dead. His mom can take a bow for Liberace. Taught piano, even helped him with his voice. As for me, I can depend upon my Lois.
Harvey Dahl, I saw you work tonight. Rejoice.
Oh, what did Harry James ever do to get Grable? When I think of her legs, I kick my wife's under the table. And Lauren Bacall, does Humphrey Bogart credit? What has he got that I couldn't use, and where do I go to get it? Fred Allen gets a lot of help from Portland. And did Trigger help Roy Rogers? Why, of course. Not that I'm comparing Trigger to my Lois. After all, that wouldn't be fair to the horse. Oh, George Burns has really got a good thing in Gracie. Lois is good for laughs. I'm laughing myself crazy. Lucy helped Desi get off terra firma. Lois has been a real big help, a regular, my friend Irma. Danny Kaye gets fine material from Sylvia. Alice Faye has helped her fill with his career. But can anyone hold a candle to my Lois? Volunteers will kindly line up in the rear. I'm full of arson, she's a problem, but I love that girl.
Sailing, sailing. Will you knock that off? This is no time to sing.
I'm just trying to take our minds off of this stale boat ride.
Nice cruise, huh?
Beautiful.
Gee. Hey, Tom, you've been around a lot. What kind of a boat is this?
You heard of tramp steamers?
Yeah?
Well, this is a bum.
Must be. It ain't working steady.
Nah.
Listen, Tom, I don't want you to blab this around, but I ain't a good sailor.
No, and you ain't a good soldier either.
We really got nothing to worry about, though. They made us all take seasick pills.
Yeah, but will they work?
Well, they work. Everybody's sick, ain't they?
I'm telling you, Hal, them pills are a waste of time. There's only one thing that'll cure seasickness.
What's that?
Land, buddy, land. Plenty of land.
All you can get your feet on.
You don't see nobody seasick in Texas, do you?
Never.
Land.
Hey, Tom, what do you think they got down the bottom of this boat?
Us. That's what they got down there.
No, I mean the engines and things. Ain't they lower than us?
There's nothing lower than us.
Hey, you ain't kidding. Look, Tom, I can see the bottom of the ocean out of this porthole.
The floor of the ocean?
Yeah. Boy, is it dirty.
Quiet! If they hear you, they'll have us out there sweeping it.
Shh, let's dummy up.
Boy, I'm glad our mothers can't see us now, huh? You know how they worry.
Yeah. But I put my mother's mind at ease. I wrote her a letter. I had to lie a little, you know.
Smart, smart.
She wanted to know how things were, so I told her. Told her that they work us 24 hours a day, the food is poisonous, the sergeant tucks us in bed at night with bayonets, and the only recreation we have is sitting around filing one another's chains off.
What'd you tell her that for?
Well, if I told her how it really was, she'd worry.
Did you mail that letter yet?
Sure, why?
Well, it ain't gonna get through, buddy. They're censoring the mail.
No kidding.
Sure. I wrote my mother a letter, see? I told her we were shipping out. I gave her the name of the boat, how many men we had aboard, when we were leaving, and what time we'd get there.
The censors ain't gonna let that letter get through to your mother.
That's where I outsmarted them.
How?
I mailed it to my brother.
Now hear this, Attention all military personnel. This is 0 hour. Prepare to land.
Well, looks like this is it, buddy. Catalina Island.
Yeah.
It's gonna be rough.
We took it once, we'll take it again.
Now, let's go.
Just a minute, Tom. I want to talk to you. We've been buddies for a long time, buddy. We've been through a lot, but we've been lucky up to now, buddy. Where we're going, it's a big leagues, and I want you to know one thing, buddy. If one of us gets it, I hope it's me.
I hope it's you, too.
What about the buddies?
I'll get another one. There's 3,500
Plenty of guys, huh?
Plenty of guys. Come on.
Now, from the World Communications Headquarters in New York, nerve center and receiving point for news from the far-flung corners of the globe, here are on-the-spot reports from London, Brisbane, Paris, and Rome. Here's the news before it happens and as it happens, brought to you direct through the Communications Center in New York. First to London and Leslie Leffingwell.
This is Leslie Leffingwell in London, England. As you all understand, we are a few hours ahead of you who are listening to this program in New York right now. And as I make this broadcast, it is closer to noon than it is closer to noon where you're listening to this program. The time certainly plays a very important part in the story I'm about to relate, because it should happen about 2 o'clock London time, which would probably give you more or less 2 or 3 more hours before it happens. And I went over to number 10 Downing Street this morning, accompanied by my assistant and several other representatives of the various news services and radio networks, to get the complete full story, and this is it. Shortly after 2 o'clock this morning, something will happen all over the world. There's absolutely no ramifications or anything that could be conceived of. I believe it was about. I don't know what to think or what to say. The people are all aghast. This is Leslie Leffingwell returning you to New York.
A quick switch to the land down under now, and Buford Balloon in Brisbane, Australia.
This is Bob and Ray in New York, calling Buford Balloon in Brisbane.
This is Buford Balloon in Brisbane.
This is Bob and Ray. Let's try it once more, engineer. This is Bob and Ray in New York, calling Buford Balloon in Brisbane, Australia.
Foot Balloon in Brisbane. This morning, we were all excited at hearing the news from London, just relayed via Bob and Ray Communications Center in New York from Leslie Leffingwell. We were surprised, I say, and also elated.
Let's try once more, engineer, shall we? This is Bob and Ray in New York calling Buford Balloon in Brisbane, Australia.
Buford Balloon in Brisbane. We were surprised and excited this morning in hearing the report from Bob and Ray's correspondent in...
I'm sorry, engineer. Due to technical difficulties, we are unable to contact Buford Balloon. However, he has submitted to us a written script to be used in the event we couldn't contact him, but upon reading it, we decided not to use it.
And finally, a report from our correspondent with the American team racing for the North Pole. Come in, White Whittlesey.
This is Whit Whittlesey near the North Pole. Our troop have arrived to within approximately 35 kilometers of the pole itself.
Eastwood Road, Brisbane in Brisbane.
Traveling for almost
We arose
44
excited
hours,
this morning at the news
eating
from
only
your
food
reporter
that we could
Leslie
find.
Leffingwell in
That's
London.
why we were saying that possibly in another hour or two, we should be able to say that we have finally set foot on the North Pole. We have contacted other groups who are, of course, involved in the race.
Down under.
Representing the American team who hopes to be there first. I have no idea of the accomplishments or the whereabouts of other competing teams in this entire race. However, I feel...
Sorry, engineer. Engineer.
This is Buford
Cut.
Balloon in Brisbane.
We regret that transmission difficulties have prevented us from hearing Cecil Sleeper's report from Brisbane. Now, until next time, it's goodbye in 30 from the World Communication Headquarters in New York.
There were four fellows discussing their favorite movie stars. Each one had a particular favorite, just as you and I might. And the first one picked Clark Gable, the second one Richard Widmark, the third Tyrone Power. They got to the fourth little fellow, and they asked him who his favorite was. And he said, well, I'll tell you the truth, fellas, I'm not a connoisseur. I go to the movies, too, but I go to see one actor because that one actor is enough for me. Every time I see him in a picture, I'll tell you the truth, it takes me out my art. Plain, it takes me out my art. I saw that fella the other day in a new picture. By the roots, it took me out the whole art. His name is Gene Autry. You should have seen that picture, boy. Opened up the picture. Gene Autry is riding on a horse. You could tell from the rocks in the background that's dangerous country. Gene Autry ain't even got a gun. He's got a stick of chewing gum, and he's got a guitar. He sits on that horse and he sings to himself. I'm a rolling, like the lazy drifting tumbleweeds. I'm rolling night and day. Never see my pay, but I'm a rolling all the day. He gets off that horse. He sits down on a rock with that phony guitar, and he lets the horse should nibble on the grass. 'Tis in the middle of the desert, but he finds grass. That horse eats 2 mouthfuls of grass. The horse doubles up and drops dead because the Indians poisoned all that grass. But Gene Autry, he don't worry. He's sitting, I'm a rolling, like the lazy drifting tumbleweeds. I'm rolling night and day. Never see my pay, but I'm a rolling all the day. In back of Gene Autry, unbeknownst to that poor cowboy, they got 6,000 Sioux Indians. And these Sioux Indians, they shooting on Gene Autry arrows. Not plain arrows like they shoot on that phony Roy Rogers, but they put a special poison on the arrows in case that they miss Gene. It's got to kill him anyway. But Gene Autry, he don't worry. I'm a rolling. And to the right of Gene Autry, still unbeknownst to that poor boy, they got 12,000 Cherokee Indians. And these Cherokee Indians, they looking to scalp Gene Autry one hair at a time. But Gene Autry, what? I'm a rolling, and to the left is where they got the real danger. Boy, 38,000 Iragoosa Indians. And these Iragoosa Indians, they hate Gene Autry. I'll tell you how much the Iragoosa Indians hate Gene Autry. They hate him yet from another picture. I'm a rolling, like the lazy drifting tumbleweeds. I'm rolling night and day. Never see my pay, but I'm a rolling all the day.
Everybody's been making life stories. Why didn't they make the story of my life? I might have lived. Give me some soft music, please. I came from a very poor family. They couldn't afford to have children, so our neighbor had me. We were so poor I was born at home. My mother looked at me. Then they took her to the hospital. 11 kids in our family. We were so broke we had to wear each other's clothing. It wasn't funny. I had 10 sisters. My father was never home. He's always away with the boys. Drinking. I didn't know what to get him for Father's Day. I didn't know how to wrap up a saloon. He finally had to undergo an operation. They removed the brass rail from his feet. My father used to talk to me. He'd say, listen, stupid. He always called me listen. He didn't ask me to leave home. He took me down to the highway and pointed. I grew up gradually, and I met my first girl. Her name was Sally. Was that a girl? Was that a girl? That's what people kept asking. Every girl has the right to be ugly, but she abused the privilege. She had bags over her eyes. She will never live to be as old as she looked. 4 drunks looked at her. They took the pledge. What did I care? It's the old story. She wanted me to fly for Uncle Sam, but I didn't fly on account of my religion. I was a devout coward. But sometimes when I think back, I sort of get lonesome. And I sort of wish she'd come back again. Sally, come back, you fool, you! Sally, you're a fool, I tell you! She's a little deaf. Sally, you're a fool! Sally's a fool. A fool is Sally. Sally is a fool. Sally, don't you remember our school days? You were bow-legged, I was knock-kneed. When we stood together, we spelled the word ox. Sally, you were so bow-legged when you sat around the house, you sat around the house. And when you smiled, you had a beautiful set of teeth. You went to the dentist, he said your teeth are all right, your gums have to come out. You had braces on your teeth, I had braces on my teeth. I used to love to kiss you in the dark and watch the sparks fly. Sally, Sally. Sally, your cute little nose, the way it turned up, then down, then sideways. And the way your lovely hair grew halfway down your back. Too bad it didn't grow on your head. Your left eye was so fascinating, your right eye kept looking at it all the time. Sally, come back, Heathcliff. How did I get in there? Sally. Bring Olivio. 3 feet off. Dub zebras, fox in the bush.
Well, I'm walking along the street, and I'm an ordinary guy. And, well, it's an ordinary street. And I'm thinking, ordinary thoughts. I mean, because after all, what's a fella got to think about? Girls. Women. Female, feminines, fuzzies, fluffs. Them. The enemy. It's funny because I'm thinking, and I remember my first girlfriend. She was 13, and I was superstitious. And I was right. I mean, because we used to go to different schools together, holding hands. That was the name of the school. Holding Hands School for different type children. And, gee, but I liked it, really liked it very much, because I was the teacher's pet. Sure, she used to keep me in the wardrobe closet, in a little cage with a chain around my neck. And I kind of liked it because, well, I didn't mind. I had lots of things to think about. Girls. Women. Female, feminines, fluffs, fuzzies, chickies, chicken. Them. The enemy. Well, anyway, I got older because I met this girl. Well, I didn't exactly meet her. I just opened my wallet. There she was. And she was a very unusual girl and very pretty. I remember distinctly she had 1 red eye and 1 green one. Stop. Go. Stop. Go. Stop. Go. Stop. Go. Stop. Go. But she was real nice, and it was a pleasure to meet her because this girl, she was refined. She liked the quiet things. The folding of a $50 bill. The sound of diamonds sleeping securely in her wall safe. Hush money. Even her garbage was gift wrapped. So anyway, she told me that I should get married to her because, well, a fella just doesn't go through life enjoying himself. And so we got married, and everything was normal. It was real nice, fighting, screaming, yelling, until one day into town came this itinerant musician, a trumpet player. And they were off together. Real gone. And And so you see, there's my problem. Every time I hear music, every time I hear a trumpet player, Louis Armstrong, Harry James, Dizzy Gillespie, I break out in a cold sweat. I figure it's him, or is it them? And he's bringing her back. So at any rate, like I said, I'm an ordinary fella walking along an ordinary street, thinking ordinary thoughts, because, after all, what's a fella got to really think about? Girls, women. Females, feminines, fuzzies, fluffs, chicken. Girls, women. Female, feminine, fluffy, fluffy, chicken.
Miss. Mrs. Jones.
Oh, pardon me, Mrs. Jones. Would you care to have a look at my paper?
Oh, thank you so much. It's so good of you.
Terrible, the things that are happening in the world just now, don't you think?
Terrible.
Dreadful weather we are having.
Dreadful?
Does nothing but rain and freeze.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Oh, dear, I shall be glad to get back to Ceylon.
Ceylon? Oh, how interesting. That's where I get my tea from.
Really? Would you care for a cigarette?
Oh, I don't mind if I do, of course. I don't as a rule.
Oh, nor do I as a rule, but just when the fancy takes me.
Fancy? Ceylon. Oh, my sister will be interested. You'd like my sister. I don't know what she'll say when I tell her I've met someone who's going to Ceylon.
Oh, I don't know. Why?
Oh, Ceylon.
Oh, yes, Ceylon. Would you care for a glass of port?
I don't mind if I do, of course. I don't as a rule.
Oh, nor do I as a rule, but just when the fancy takes me.
Yes, that's the best way, isn't it? That's what I always say to my sister. Oh, I don't know what she'll say when I tell her I've met someone who's going to Ceylon.
Oh, I don't know. Have some more?
Shan't I get tipsy?
Oh, I don't know. It's a nice wine, port, isn't it?
It is the only wine. That's what I always say to my sister. Oh, if my sister could see me now, smoking a cigarette and drinking a nice glass of port with someone who's going to Ceylon.
Oh, I don't know. Have some more.
I don't mind if I do.
Do you like port?
Well, I must say, the fancy's taken me. As I always say to my sister, a loaf of bread, a glass of wine, and thou.
Why do you say that to your sister?
Oh, I don't know. My sister's a masseuse.
Really? Oh, have some more port.
I don't think I ought to have some more port.
Oh, yes, you will have some more port. Go on, drink it.
Just think.
Who's thinking?
They said, just think.
Think what?
Here am I, smoking a cigarette and drinking a nice glass of port with someone who's going to Ceylon.
Who's going to Ceylon?
You're going to Ceylon.
I'm going to Ceylon? I don't believe it.
But you said you were going to Ceylon.
Who said I was going to Ceylon?
My sister said you were going to Ceylon.
Your sister? Well, she shan't go to Ceylon.
And who is going to stop her from going to Ceylon? Ceylon, where the port comes from.
Where the port? Oh, I've never been so insulted in all my life.
Oh, dear, what am I going to tell my sister?
You can tell your sister this, but don't tell anyone else.
Because it's a secret. A state secret. There's no such place as Ceylon.
Now I'll tell you something. Something that mustn't go any further. I haven't got a sister.
Old Vienna. I'm not really talking about the old Vienna. I'm not even talking about the old Vienna. I'm talking about the old Vienna. That was Vienna. You had to be there. You can't. It's very difficult to describe. It's something you can't explain. You had to be part of it. It was terrible. It was freezing there. No hot water, no steam heat, no radiators. Radiators! You could freeze your Tyrolean pants off there. You know the beautiful Blue Danube? You were blue from watching it. Oh, it was brutal in the winter there. Listen to the music. You hear? Listen. Beautiful music. Where can you find music like this? Where can you find musicians like this today? In the smallest cafe was the best. They were all graduates from this. They were only you had to be, they wouldn't allow anybody who you couldn't, they wouldn't let you. Will you stop that noise? Oh, it was gay in Vienna. Gay. Everybody running around singing and dancing and laughing. And 6 in the morning they were singing. And 7 in the night they were laughing. And 3 in the afternoon they were singing and laughing. The whole town was loaded drunk from day to night. Gay old Vienna, with the waltzing and the dancing and the waltzing till you were blue in the face. We used to go up to the pier garden and then Pflaume every Saturday night and shrill up all that lousy pier and stay up till all hours. Waltzing and dancing and waltzing. Crazy people, sometimes till 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. We danced and we danced and we waltzed and we danced. If we only had women, we were dancing with each other. Where were all the women? They were in Paris with that crazy French painter Scrooge-Lautrec. Old Vienna. City of great men. Great men were always visiting Vienna. There was Schubert. He couldn't help it. He was born there. Napoleon paid a visit to Vienna with some of his friends. 60,000 of them. They were his army. He sent 2 of his scouts in to scout this gay city. And they came back and said it was the dullest town they ever saw. Napoleon jumped back on his horse and screamed, "On to Las Vegas!" That was Vienna! Old Vienna. In the summertime, the sun is out. Every day the sun is out. You go to the amusement park with the big Ferris wheels there, and you plunk down a pfennig, and you go inside, and the music plays, and that wheel goes up and down, and round, that big old Ferris wheel, and the sun gets hotter, and that wheel goes up and down, and round, and it gets boiling in that seat, and you are tearing apart your collar, and that wheel keeps going up and down, and round. You could die up there in that lousy wheel and nobody would know the difference. When you hear the word Vienna, one thing comes to your mind. Strudel. The strudel was to old Vienna what the knackwurst was to Hamburg. And every May the 2nd was a big strudel-eating contest under the auspices of the Emperor himself, held on the big mountain which was outside Vienna called the Vienna Loaf. And every May the 2nd at 8 in the morning, they would start jamming that strudel down. First come the nut strudel, then come the cheese strudel, then come the cheese and nut strudel, then come the nut and the cheese strudel, then come the apple strudel, then come the nut and the apple and the cheese strudel, then come the cherry strudel, then come the nut and the apple and the cherry strudel, then come the cherry and the cheese and the nut and the apple with pineapple strudel, and a whole wheat pineapple apple cherry cheese with a whipped cream on the inside, and a whole wheat pineapple apple cherry cheese with a whipped cream on the outside, and the whipped cream connected to the applesauce, and the walnuts connected to the cherry cheese, and the whole wheat connected to the hip steak. All year we starved, but on May the 2nd, we ate strudel. I remember the last contest. It was pitch black at night when there was one contestant left. One man, a blacksmith named Hans Krapfen, had eaten 275 pounds of strudel, and he was groveling in the ground trying to suck away another pound. When he got up to receive the medal from the emperor, he was holding onto a rock. But the guard yelled, "Stand at attention when the emperor pins a medal on you!" He took his hand from the rock and toppled over the mountainside like a tremendous blockbuster. Down the mountain he went and started an avalanche. All the rocks and the strudel and the mountain came down on one of the biggest avalanches I have personally ever seen. It broke windows in Pittsburgh. Women and children ran from their homes, and those who could afford it ran to Paris to that crazy artist school so tracked. Every building, every shop, every little cafe was annihilated from this mad monster of a strudel slide. And that was the end of old Vienna.
Now, every May the 2nd, you see a little sign in all the little bakery shops in Vienna. There will be no strudel eating on the mountain today, by order of the Emperor. Ah, that was Vienna!